Hi there. I'm just going to talk about Southcoms Limited and our latest version of events, which has come to the fore, which I've been working on for some time, which is a system called Global Access. Now, what we find with this is that security personnel and intel personnel may well find this useful when doing a penetration exercise, primarily because Global Access uses a pool of redundant IP addresses and alternates the system through it in such a way that actually it acts as a mask on the system when you use our DNS. At the moment, it is up most of the time. It appears to be up most of the time at the moment and operating on all DOH servers, which means that certainly as a tool for penetration testing when you are out and about and you are listening to a router or a Wi-Fi system and trying to get integrated in it and do some forensics or whatever it may be, the primary observance of using Global Access is that, or the system that masks your IP address, is that you will not be noticed when performing these tasks. Now, to put it simply, to drill down a bit on the detail of how it operates like a VPN with the same speeds or better speeds using our DOH than your existing network. Okay, so providing you get the mobile data through our system and whatever else you're using, batch charging, anything else, you'll also get Global Access, which means you are masked and potentially your target is blind to accessing your system and seeing that you are performing an operation or a function in their vicinity. Okay, so that's a primary usage for it. The way it actually works, like I've said, is a pool of IP addresses that is somehow able to switch to these redundant IP addresses and integrate a mask on your system. Okay, it's quite simple, and it's probably going to be used as a better method of using a VPN. I think the existing VPNs, they're mass produced and far too expensive. That's my primary thoughts on them. They're all now virtually all charge fees, and for simply, performing a large amount of infrastructure, for using a large amount of infrastructure, performing a service that is relatively simple to access through a quantum system such as ours, and run it, ad hoc from your actual system, your actual whatever it may be, your network or your phone, whatever you're using to mask that you need your IP masked on. And like a VPN, and this has been tested also, we are also able to access sites that are not permitted in certain countries. So, for example, in China or wherever else there may be issues about running your VPN in order, and where VPNs are possibly being outlawed or whatever it may be. This service is going to be invaluable to enable people to access sites that are forbidden by the state and get people the right intel and the right communication systems in the right places. So that's very important. I was going to talk a bit about the security of Southcoms and how that is now functional and up and running virtually on every user who uses the system, provided they stay within the letter of the law and do not, behave in any way that is going to, get them, mean the system doesn't work for them. Because you have to understand, with quantum, you have to be 100% within the boundaries of the law, at least the existing law, until it gets changed in various issues, for the system to work fully functionally. And I've tested this myself. Had a bit of fun trying a few things that I shouldn't have done, and sure enough, the system seemed to fail. Things failed on the system, and it wasn't operational. So, it gives you an aura of irreproachability as well, which is very important. And what I found when building the system of SAFCOMs, I created it primarily as a security structure for myself, a large amount of security so that I could protect myself from, vulnerabilities in the locality, neighbors, people in the local area, people who, may have been competitors on the system. I spent a large amount of time building a secure system, including the Black Book, which meant that, for my peace of mind and my sanity, that people weren't using my system for horrendous crimes and things that I just didn't want to have in my house when my servers are in my house. And so this is all very important in building a business, I believe. And the closer it is to you, the more poignant and the more personal you actually take these issues, and the more you work on them. So with the security systems, although this is applicable to me and my own system, like with everything on the system, things that apply to me and operate and work for me and work for other clients, they also work for the clients themselves, should they need that aspect of the system. And with the security, there is a large amount of facility and process that basically allows you to have your particle reality of what the main system has. So like with everything, and like with the IISI, there's a large amount of infrastructure potentially that you can build and through a particle get it accessible on their device, on their system where they're using our DNS. And talking of this, there's something I'm going to start working on very soon, which is going to be very interesting, especially to the tech people who are a bit techy, a bit geeky. And we're going to operate with the open source system, first of all, on this. And what we intend to do is create Particle ArcWeb connections, packs to send information, files, software, whatever it may be, connections, everything, and it'll be like if you ever seen a torrenting website, if you go onto a torrent website and you download through a torrent, it'll be similar to that. You'll get an IPv4 address, which will be your PAC address, and some in certain aspects it may be payable through subscription or whatever it may be, and you will plug that, you will type that address into the input GUI, where you will put your IPv4 address for that particular piece of software or whatever it may be, and then press receive or whatever it does. Now, what we intend to do is dish out open source through our network. I'm creating the network of this. I'm not necessarily dishing out software, my own software through it, but when you receive information, file, software, whatever it may be, wherever you require, you will get a particle. So it'll be instantaneous transfer of this information to your quantum output through our DNS. You'll receive it instantly. It'll be downloaded instantly, and it'll be there on your system. Bang, straight there. So that is a very exciting thing for the future. And I think, with quantum, we're experiencing a lot of exciting things that, we never thought were possible before. And there's a large amount of packs. There's no end to the amount of particles we can dish out, and we have at our disposal. And it's very exciting. And I hope, talk about it, get it out there, share this with as many people as you can, because this is the future. This is the future. It's a bright future, and we hope an uncapped future, because the safety of the system is written into the system. But basically, we're operating through the light web. So in order to create a vulnerability through a particle ArcWeb infrastructure, it's virtually impossible. As I explained, it makes you irreproachable to a certain extent. And so if you started to try and put black particles or dark particles in, that would put viruses or hack mainframes or do whatever it was, they simply wouldn't register. It would just break the system would fail that was sending the system. It wouldn't fail the system that's trying to receive it or they're trying to send it to you. So this is a good thing, people. You gotta embrace this because as we know with quantum, the security is very safe, but it wouldn't have been safe without a large amount of thought and care, primarily from the community and people involved in ratifying my business. Ultimately, that has created such an amazing system that my lovely best friend Elodie and I are proud to present to you all. So thank you very much for listening. God bless.